You can just be like, Trevor, you're a sad and pathetic human being.
No. You need to find your passion.
No, honestly though, like
I'm glad this is part of it.
Finding motivation is hard.
It is.
I love doing creative things, but
especially if you're neurodivergent.
Oh yeah, I might be a little divergent. Maybe. Where are you going?
I don't know yet.
Aaron is wheeling himself across the room on the chair, going to look at what appears to be my LED utility light.
Yeah, that's light.
Lighting. Oh, he just blinded himself. And now he's trying to blindly trip and fall his way back to the computer system. It was then Aaron realized he fucked up.
Why did you warn me?
I told you it's an LED utility light. Yes, and I use it in the garage when there's no lighting. And it's nice. It's rechargeable.
Yeah, good.
I'm sorry for your eyes.
Okay, here we go.
Aaron can only see green dots now.
It's a line.
Yeah.
It's a green line in my eyesight. Okay. Hello, and welcome to Basements, Faults, and Catapults. I'm one of your hosts, Aaron.
And I'm Trevor.
And here we're going to be looking at games, genres, and the things that we enjoy in gaming.
And to do that, we're going to randomly select a genre each episode.
We'll give a brief rundown of that genre.
And then we'll select 2 games. One of these games will be something we want to catapult into glory.
Oh my.
While the other will be cast into the fault lines riddling our basement lair.
Oh no.
The catch, and what we hope will be the fun part, is that neither of us will have either played or played heavily the titles we've selected.
We're taking those titles, the best and worst, and then dividing them up. We'll give it an hour of playtime, meet back up, and chat about our experience.
That's where we'll give our own opinions of the other's game, celebrate where we agree, and refrain from murdering each other where we disagree. After all, not everyone can have a perfect opinion.
And that's it. We hope that you'll join us, listen in, maybe be inspired to try a few titles along the way, or let us know exactly why our opinions are trash.
Thanks for joining us, and remember, we will be attending Otafest.
Otafest!
We will be attending Otafest, where we will be hosting a panel on Friday, May 16th.
May 16th!
The panel is...
time's to be determined.
Time is to be determined. Time has actually been determined.
Oh, scheisse!
Yeah, time's been determined. We're gonna be from 10:30 p.m. 10:30 p.m. I think they messed that up.
Yeah,
we're gonna be at from 10:30 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Oh, that makes way more sense.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, the 10:30 to 12 p.m. like, woof. That's a late panel.
Yeah, they just mistyped when they were writing the
even the 10:30 a.m. panel. That's an early panel.
Yeah. So we're gonna be 10. Let me just double check that. Where's my Friday? Because I don't think they're going to. Maybe they are going to midnight. That might be interesting. Then we might have to do Basement, Faults, and Catapults After Dark.
So
we are going to keep it PG-13. That is the average age of people at the group is probably in that 13 to 18 range. Let's see. We are in the Tellus 103 room, and we are going to be they are correct. We are hosting our session. Wow, they give us a late block, 10:30 p.m.
Oh god.
to midnight.
Oh my god.
I didn't realize it was that late. I thought that was a typo. But that's okay. You know what? They put us in an unpopular spot because we're a small group. But you know what?
Absolutely.
Hopefully we can drum up a big audience.
Hey, and if we don't, like I said, we're here to have a good time. So
yeah, so we're gonna be hosting a panel. It's gonna be called Anime in Games. A Mike's Hot recording session.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a fun time. We hope that you'll join us. Or we will, of course, be posting it if Trevor.
We're gonna video record it. We're gonna post it on Spotify, YouTube, and all those other places.
Probably the day after, because let's be real here, not a lot of time to edit.
I'll probably get the audio recording up that night. But the video recording might take till the middle of the week or so.
Yeah,
video takes more time to edit than audio, unfortunately. But we'll see. I might just post it uncut. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Cool.
Who knows? Anyway,
so
hope to see you guys there.
Welcome to another episode.
Welcome.
We are now presently on episode 44,
which is an exciting milestone. Most podcasts don't even make it to 30, so this is exciting.
Most episodes don't even make it to episode 10.
Yeah,
a lot
they make it like a month and then they disappear.
You don't want to peter out, do you?
Yeah.
All right, so we got a lot of genres on our list. We're up to 52 genres.
Yeah. Oh, hey, that could be fun at the Otafest panel. We can show our genre selector and be like, hey, what are we missing?
Yeah, what are we missing? Any other genres? Come and share your opinions on our podcast format. God, if nobody shows up, I'm gonna be heartbroken.
I know.
We'll have a few people.
I got 2 people for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna. If people, I'll have to pay some people to show up if they don't.
Paid actor.
Paid actor. They're just. We pay them and they're still in the back going boo.
Boo. Man, I slipped you $20. What the?
Like you gotta pay me $50 if you want me to say yay instead of boo.
$20 gets me here. $40 gets me to clap.
Yeah, right. And it's $5 for each set of claps. Yeah. And it's sets of 3. Yeah, that's all you get.
That's all you get.
Oh man. So what games have you been playing?
Oh god. We're my rating guild has stepped into where we're getting not hardcore, but we're doing a lot more prog.
Mm-hmm.
So we're halfway done on the heroic progression for the latest raid in Cataclysm. And I understand that like some of our more hardcore listeners are going, whoa, we were 8 out of 8 bosses on like Tuesday. And it's like, oh, well, good for you. But
Wow.
our guild isn't that. So our guild, we're 4 out of 8, and that is the Pal World dating simulator that you've pulled up.
Yeah, so in the latest news, April 1st has just come and gone, and we have our friends over at Pocket Pair have announced that they are actually, so last year, April 1st, they made a video for Pal World, More Than Just Pals, which is a dating sim, visual novel dating sim.
Where you date the pals?
And it was supposed to be a joke. This year they decided to actually say, no, we're actually going to produce this.
Yeah,
and it is now listed on Steam, which can be added to your wish list.
Oh,
so
God.
they're in.
Chill it!
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Chill it looks so cute.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Wow, they gave Lavander big old badonkadonks.
Yeah, so this game, man, I got to tell you, it's hilarious that Pocket Pair is taking their April Fool's joke and running with it. And I mean running with it. Like they could not be running any faster.
Going to town.
Yeah. So it's just and it's funny because it's going to be what does this say for a second? Nice to meet you. I'm Splatterina, a transfer student starting this semester. I'm good with crafts and making medicine. Please take care of me. Okay, interesting. Looks like a horror creature. So it's tagged as dating sim, visual novel, horror romance. The horror is probably like users tagging it as horror because the idea of this being a game is horror in and of itself. But you gotta appreciate the commit.
We played I Love You, Colonel Sanders. we are not above committing to the bit.
No, so we're absolutely gonna play Pal World More Than Just Pals.
And they've committed to the bit.
Yeah, you know what?
You know what? Let's put that down as our Valentine's Day special.
There you go. I've added
we'll do a Valentine's Day special every year, and it'll be one of these like absolutely hilarious dating simulators.
I've added it to my wish list.
Perfect. Done. Look at you.
It's very embarrassing.
I'm not.
But it's on my wish list.
I'm not gonna add it.
But you know, I have to go with the meme.
My wish list is a carefully curated perfection.
That's fair.
That's fair. Your wish list is binge drunk shopping on Amazon.
Yeah, you've got less than 30 on your wish list.
I have 25.
Right now? Yeah.
I will never go higher than 25. If I want to add something to the wish list, something comes.
Yeah, I am presently at one. Oh, you know what? I'm down to 196 from 270.
No.
But that's because I bought a bunch on the Steam sale, and I did go and start cleaning up my wish list.
You cleaned it up?
You've been guilting me so hard. I finally decided it's time to clean up the wish list. So I have 196 on there now. And
to all of our listeners, clean up your room.
Clean up your room. I've been playing the Headliners.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So this is my Steam sale kind of binge was insurmountable, which I'm not really enjoying. It's not what I expected. It's like turn-based.
I picked up a cool demo called Rail Gods.
Oh, Rail Gods.
And it's a Lovecraft survival crafting horror. And instead of like a base, your base is a rail, like a possessed train
It's called Rail what? Rail
Rail
God?
Gods, I think.
Rail Gods? I want to check that out. Oh, Rail Gods of Hysteria.
Yeah.
Hystera. Ah, that's really cool. Well, you know what? It also has a free demo.
Well, that's what I've been playing because the game itself isn't out yet. It's just
Oh,
the demo.
well, you know what? I'll give it a try. I think that's cool.
It was really I had a blast. Like there's still some things that are obviously not done, but the core is there. There's some balancing issues they need to work out. But yeah, there's a lot. The core is there, and I want to love it.
Is it just in the brief video that I saw there for like half a second? It looks like a top down, like a Diablo.
It's actually closer to a V Rising.
Oh, okay, cool. I liked the V Rising. Yeah, it was a good game.
Yeah,
nice. So yeah, the Headliners is a game where you are a press photographer and you are sent off into a disaster zone of unfathomable things happening. And demon T-Rexes,
demonic T-Rexes.
Slender Man,
oh wow,
different things trying to kill you. Okay. And your goal, you're in teams of 4 or up to 8 in a custom game, and your goal is to take as many disastrous photos as you can without dying. And the best part is, you basically, if someone on your team dies and you take a photo, you get a lot of points. So you actually kind of want people on your team to die. You don't want them to because you lose resources and money. But it is a good fun time. I've played for about 12 hours. Little tiny game. It's great for a little game session. Sit down for an hour and just muck around. Good multiplayer fun. Steam sale made it worthwhile, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Did you actually did you buy anything on the Steam spring sale? No. Wow, you've got that whole self-control thing.
Summer sale, and that is all I buy on.
I like it.
And then of course if there's a really good deal for a collection of games. Sometimes I'm weak, but no, I only buy on the summer sale.
Fair enough. Well, speaking of games and sales and genres.
Oh yeah, that's right. We got to select a game and genre.
We got to pick a genre.
All right, I have in my hand the Dice of Destiny.
The Dice of Destiny.
Oh.
You call that a dice?
I am.
He's rolling the dice.
I'm now rolling the Dice of Destiny. Here we go. Well, 1 is a 16.
Okay.
And, 1 is a 3. And if you add those together, that's 19.
19!
19!
All right.
What does 19 tell us?
19? So last episode, we did Everything is Terrible.
Everything is terrible.
And yours wasn't as terrible as we thought it might be.
I actually kind of had a blast. Unfortunately, I went back and tried to replay it with a friend in co-op. And it was a lot worse.
Oh.
So I originally catapulted it, and Trevor and I have been discussing going back on and reviewing. So I think now I have to fault line it after having tried a multiplayer experience.
So sad to hear that, Aaron.
Yeah.
So sad to hear that. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. We will do a revisit one of these days. We'll do like maybe one of our 10th episods.
Yeah, who knows?
We can do like a revisit of our previous bad games.
Maybe we'll do every 50. We'll do like a special a year in review kind of thing.
We're a half a centurion. Yeah.
Hey.
So let's roll. Tower defense.
Hey, that's awesome because I know exactly which game I want to give you.
Ooh.
Because it's a good tower defense.
Well,
have we done tower defense? I feel like we did.
The last time we actually did good game, bad game was
technically Sandbox. Yeah.
So it is my turn for a bad game.
Is it really?
I think it is because you did VR and I had you do.
Well, yeah, VR we kind of did.
Beat Saber Half-Life.
Yeah. Because I've never experienced the wonders of virtual reality.
Yeah.
That was a really cool moment.
So it is your turn to play the good game.
Oh,
it is.
I mean, yay! But like at the same time, there's a really good tower defense game that I wanted you.
I mean,
to try.
I'm not against. I mean, I did. The VR was kind of all you.
Yeah.
Everything is terrible. You actually ended up on a good game. I would not be totally opposed to playing a good game.
You know what?
But
it's our show. It's our format. We can do whatever the hey we want.
But do you want to leave disappointed today? That's really the question.
Oh, I've had so much good news in my life this past week and a half that I can take a little beating on the video game.
All right. Well, we're gonna take you down a notch then.
Oh, exactly. Keep me grounded. So you know what? We're resetting on good game, bad game today.
Okay.
with me getting a bad game, you getting a good game.
So next time I'm getting the bad game.
So next time you're getting the bad
I
game.
look forward to it, Aaron.
Well, next time is our loading the catapult episode.
Oh, it is. It is. Yeah. So it'll be the one after that. I get the bad game. Yeah. I look forward to it though. You know what? Bring it on.
Bring it on.
Bring it on.
I'll study. I'll go through our list and find a bad game for every one of them.
Right.
Just the worst.
It'll be the worst game you've ever played.
Like you'll finish playing and you'll be like, my mouth hurts. And I'm like, well, that's because you now have cancer.
That's a different kind of VR game.
Every part of your body.
Oh my God. Can you imagine that? I'm playing this new virtual reality game where you have cancer.
Oof.
Oof. You know, I feel like there's a lot of cool things we could do with VR for people to experience kind of what life is like in situations where you're like being socially rejected
there's
or,
actually
or ill or looked down upon, you know.
There's two really cool programs that I've been following. One is in prison.
Oh yeah.
Where they're giving prisoners access to VR so that they can go out into the world a little bit, like walk in parks, things like that.
So you're telling me if I break the law, I get to go play VR?
I mean, yeah, but it's not like your own unit. It's like there's 5 units in the prison and you share them.
Wow, this VR dropping a bar of soap simulator is so realistic.
It almost feels real. And then the other one that I'm actually more interested in is it's a fairly advanced, like cutting edge sex therapy. And they use a combination of VR and sex dolls, like real dolls.
Oh my God!
To help people with physical affection and rejection and processing trauma. It's actually really quite interesting.
On the one hand, I find that incredibly interesting. On the other hand, I wish I could mosaic our audio. But mosaic. No, I like that though. I mean, I think therapy.
I'm not getting into the details. It's therapy.
We want the details, Aaron. No, we don't. PG-13. No, I think it's interesting that people would use VR for therapy. I've often thought of like young kids who are bound to their kind of hospital beds that have never been able to travel. And my boss actually talked to me about this one day. He said, could we not set up some kind of a virtual reality thing where like kids could go to the beach in Hawaii in virtual reality? I thought to myself, you know, you could build a thing.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too hard.
You could build like a 4D thing that you could roll over top of the hospital bed that would give them the feeling of the sun against their skin, the warmth of the breeze, the smell of the ocean.
Yeah, whole shebang.
And you could put their VR headset on them, and you could take them, have someone who's actually on the beach in Hawaii.
Yeah, walk around with their mobile assist unit or whatever. Yeah,
you got to be careful to walk around because then they're going to get really motion sick potentially. But you could have somebody sitting on the beach in Hawaii, just looking out into the ocean and looking around, and you could even have like. It would be really hard to do this without motion sickness, but if they move, like they could see different things. You could do virtual reality where you've created a live recreation or a live recording of like an oceanscape. And I mean, you could do an Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah. 6 now.
But just to give them that opportunity to exist somewhere other than in their hotel bed. And I thought that was a really cool idea. That was something my boss talked to me about probably 8 years ago. I
know I donate to Child's Play charity, and they do a lot of this sort of work with terminally ill children. So like, yeah, it's going to happen soon. You know.
Yeah. So that's I think therapy is a good use of VR. I don't know. I think there's a lot of really cool things that you can do with video games that we haven't tapped into yet. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
So which tower defense game do you want me to check out today?
It's called, and I'm going to confirm here.
Tower defense, Aaron, is one of my favorite genres.
Is it?
But I have so much difficult buying and playing good tower defense games. As a matter of fact, I have one in my library that I want you to try.
Okay. Well, the one I'm asking you to try is called Rogue Tower.
Rogue Tower. Okay, let's see. Rogue Tower.
Rogue.
It's
Rogue. Which is on your wish list.
It is. Rogue Tower is on my wish list. Yes.
Look at me. Even when I'm setting him up, I'm cleaning up his wish list.
Nice. So I'm gonna buy that off my wish list, and then that's done.
What am I playing?
You're playing Kittypocalypse. Kittypocalypse. It is probably the single worst tower defense game I have ever bought. I do own it. It is in my library, and it freaking sucks.
Kitty Apocalypse? Or
It's Kitty, Kitty, and then Apocalypse. Kittypocalypse. And it's called Kittypocalypse Ungoggled. What is it? What are they selling this game for right now? $10.99, hey? I know that it's kind of junk. I don't think you'll like it. Now, here's the weird thing. It has 44 mostly positive reviews.
Oh, it looks like a lot of people are playing it via VR.
You know, really? Is it the same one? The Kittypocalypse Ungoggled?
Yeah, because Kittypocalypse is VR.
Oh, yeah.
Kittypocalypse Ungoggled is VR.
Right, yeah. So they used to be it used to just be Kittypocalypse. So they must have made a VR version and then renamed this one to Ungoggled. So Kittypocalypse, I bought it and I played it for a long time. And so I'll introduce it. Kittypocalypse is an in-depth strategic tower defense game across a diverse range of environments. Defeat the hordes of evil alien kitties and salvage what's left of your home planet. The idea of the game is evil aliens being dressed up as cuddly kittens have successfully taken over your planet and all that you know and love. Prepare to repel wave after wave of dastardly cute but deadly kittens on 16 beautiful and diverse islands. Remember, the survival of your home planet lies in your hands. So, your goal is to prevent all the evil alien kittens from taking over your floating island homes by defending the control points. Now, I bought this game. It is a mature content description. The game contains a lot of frequent violence or gore.
What? In a tower defense game?
Exploding kittens, I guess.
I guess. Well,
yeah.
That's always a sad story.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I bought it. I couldn't get past the first level.
No.
I couldn't figure out why. I didn't understand the scaling. Now, when I bought it, I don't remember if it was an early access or not, but I was very unimpressed. My total play time on Kittypocalypse sits at 9 minutes before I gave up and walked away.
Jesus.
So, yes, this game is a game that I did not enjoy at all.
I am so sorry to hear it. Well, the game I'm giving you is Rogue Tower.
Rogue Tower. Introduce us.
It's recent reviews, mostly positive. All reviews, very positive. So there you go. It is done by Die of Death Games, which is a small indie studio. They've developed and self-published. They've also done like sort of top-down hero shooters, similar to what's that vampire game? Vampire Survivor.
Vampire Survivor, yeah.
Things like that. So Rogue Tower is, as the name suggests, a rogue-like tower defense game. So as the game progresses, you can unlock new tiles and place them on your map, and this changes the pathways that the enemies will take to get to you.
Cool.
It also unlocks resources, things like that. So, Rogue Tower is a tower defense game with roguelike elements and a continuously expanding path which you can influence. Unlock new towers and buildings, build up your defenses, upgrade your towers through card draws and cash, and expand the path tactically to control how enemies move and defend your tower. Where you build your towers is the most important aspect to any tower defense game. In Rogue Tower, the path the enemies travel continuously extends and grows, making tower placement even more important. Not only do you need to consider what kind of coverage, but also you gain bonuses based on elevation and placement. This means that there are spots which are better than others, but they are limited. Where do you place them? Do you save them for towers you have yet to unlock? Or do you put everything you have now? So, it's a very interesting sort of double strategy game. I had such a blast with it.
That's awesome.
I have 14 hours in the game.
I don't think we've done tower defense.
I don't think we have either.
I want to say it hasn't come up, so this is
this is new. This is exciting.
This is new. I like it. Yeah, and like I said, I freaking love tower defense games.
My first experience with tower defense was the Bloons.
Oh, Bloons is good.
Yeah, Bloons like 2 or something, back when it was still on Newgrounds. Like,
yeah. I have a friend of mine. we'll just call him B. Hey B, what's up?
What's up, B?
We played a lot of Bloons
Shout out
over
to
some
B.
time, and I really enjoyed it. It's a fun little quick game. You can get through a couple quick rounds and then put it away. I really liked Orcs Must Die 2.
I've heard of the Orcs Must Die
Yeah,
series.
yeah.
I always thought those were more like a hero game.
It's straight up tower defense, but it's like 3D, and it's pretty fun. I enjoy it. I'll introduce you to it at some point. You can try it out on my old PC.
The old PC.
The old PC. Yeah, so it's kind of cool. So I'm looking forward to Rogue Tower, man. I think this looks fun.
I'm looking forward to it too because I'm stuck with Kittypocalypse.
Yes.
Speaking of which, I am installed. I'm going to run to the bathroom and then we'll set the timer.
Bathroom break time.
Bathroom break time. Okay.
1 hour.
On that note, 1 hour.
1 hour.
Let's
do it.
Here we go.
1 hour playtime.
Playtime.
Well, have fun.
Thank you. Good luck. Have fun.
I will.
Okay, let's
Quit
chat.
to desktop. All right, we're back.
We're back.
We're back. Back, B. Come here.
Oh no.
All right, so
you
got to play a game that I played for a total of 9 minutes. And you didn't give up after 9 minutes.
No, I didn't. Then we can chat.
so tell me, Kittypocalypse.
Kittypocalypse.
Walk me through your experience of Kittypocalypse.
It started off very promising, right? Because it's a 3D free cam kind of experience. However, turret placement is completely limited to predetermined locations. You can put whatever turret you want on those locations, of course, but you are limited to, you have 4 turret placements or 5 turret placements, which adds an element of strategy, but it also removes an element of player agency. And I strongly dislike when you limit player agency. So immediately it took it from a tower defense game in my mind and made it a puzzle game instead.
Mm-hmm.
And really, tower defense games are just sort of puzzle games, right? How do you best put the pieces to win? But with a tower defense with more free placement, you have a little more of a player agency and a little more fun. Whereas, I can only place towers here, 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 and here. It becomes repetitive and very boring. So right off the hop, I was unimpressed on that. The graphics, it looked like they were using Unreal Engine 5 with Unreal Engine 2.
Interesting.
Like the models of the guns were all very beautiful, zoomed right the heck out, obviously, but they were really well designed. They were really intricate. They looked like the weapons that they were supposed to be. There was like layers to them. But the cats all looked like, disgusting little blobs that were more square than cat. It was really kind of a shock to see that juxtaposition. So it was odd. And I think a lot of that had to do with the cats were mobile, right? Whereas the guns just had to sit there and go through a certain amount of animation.
Yeah.
Right. So they probably did that to save some time or to save some effort there.
Yeah.
I get it. It was jarring, however, and it detracted from the overall experience. In a lot of ways, this game had the worst crime I can give any game. It was boring.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad in the sense that, that's jank or whatever, but there can be joy in those moments. You're like, that was so stupid, right?
Yeah.
It was just boring.
What was as far as tower defense games go, what were the game mechanics like? And were the game mechanics like just pretty standard, or were they at all interesting?
Very, very basic, very standard. Bloons sort of did it best, actually Rogue Tower does it best, but more people have played Bloons. Bloons did it best in the sense that there is health and there is armor, and you have to balance the ability to do both, right? This game's similar. Some of the cats had graphene armor, and you can only beat graphene armor by overheating them. Some of the cats would have Noir or just big, heavy, bulky armor, and you can only really beat them by just pounding the ever-living kaput out of their armor, right?
Yeah.
So there were elements of that. it's been done better in other genres or in other games of tower defense. And it was also done more interesting. Like, this was very boring. Again, it was almost offensive in its boring.
Oof.
Like, cats in boxes have armor, go figure. Cats in wooden boxes have more armor, go figure. Cats in chimneys, so brick chimneys. Well, they have a lot of armor. Cats in metal safes, well, they have a lot of armor.
Yeah.
And it was like, well, go figure. It was just almost reskins, because it was the same box. It was just,
new texture.
It's a new texture for the chimneys. New texture for the safe, different colors for the cardboard box versus the wooden box. So, like, yeah, it was very, there's iterative, which Trevor and I were discussing, where you take concepts, you grow on those concepts, and you develop new concepts, or you improve concepts. And then there's just regurgitating concepts without understanding why. They're just, this game had it, so we have it. And I felt it was guilty of that particular sin. I guess we'll get down to the ratings.
Yeah.
Graphics and art. 3D, fully 3D. Free cam, it was... they did a lot with the space they had, because you really only had the field that you were playing on. And it was really... it was lovely. It was really nice. And then the cats came out. And you're just like, oh, God, what is this? Did a cat throw up? Like, what happened here? So it was very jarring for me there. So it's going to be a 6.5. 6.5 for graphics.
I mean, the aliens are disguised as cats, but yes, I get what you're saying. Like, and we've talked about this in prior games that we've played. Is that if you have, say, a game that has this really high tech look and feel to it, and it's all 3D and it's all interesting textures, and then you start throwing in character models that don't really align with the art style.
Yeah,
it's jarring.
Yeah, it's jarring, and it degrades what you were trying to do.
Yeah.
Right?
And, like, I get it. Somebody played Exploding Kittens or Kittens in a Blender or one of those other games.
Oh, yeah.
And was like, let's just make kittens in a tower defense game.
Yeah, let's jump on that. It's hot right now. It's the hotness.
We like watching kittens exploding. And I'm like, you sick humans. But, I think it would be nice to see...
Gorgeous work on, like, the turrets, though.
Yeah.
The turrets all looked cool. They all function cool.
Yeah.
The upgrades changed the appearance of them, and as you went further along the path, they got meaner and deadlier looking. Really cool on that job. Good job on that. Yeah. But I can't forgive you, the cats. Just can't.
So what about, like, your it's tower defense? You're shooting, you're exploding, you're blowing things up. How was the audio, the sound of the explosions?
The music was very MIDI, like do 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 do.
Very basic.
Just very basic.
Yeah.
Sounds wise, the Gatling guns had a good spin up sound. The laser turrets had a good pew 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 or a sound.
Nice.
The mine layer was very boring. I'm sure it gets better, but for the basic mine towers, it was boring as all get out. The missile launchers had a really satisfying explosion, but a very unimpressive launch sound.
Okay.
If that makes sense. And I noticed, and I appreciate that they did this, but the sound was focused. So, like, as you got closer to a turret, that turret got louder, and other turrets got quieter or disappeared at all completely. And I appreciate that. I like it when they do that. I think that is good sound design.
Cool. I like that.
So, yeah, I guess for music and audio, it was competent. It didn't do anything exciting. So I'm going to go ahead and say 7 on that one. No, yeah, 6. 6.
6, okay. Yeah, and I mean, again, these games are about game mechanics and gameplay and progression. So speaking of those things, gameplay. How was the progression system, the upgrades, the selection of towers to play with, and how is, like, as far as tower defense games go, what did they try to do differently in the gameplay?
Well, I think one of the big things that they were kind of excited about was elemental and synergistic damage. So there were things that have a high chance of igniting people. And there were things that coated people in inflammable oil, right? So you could synergize those two towers together. So the mine layer, you can drop oil bombs, right? So in theory, you could drop oil bombs earlier in the path, so now your cats are coated in oil.
Nice.
And then they would come across these laser turrets that ignite oil, right?
Yeah.
Which I get. That is a really cool synergistic idea. I dislike the idea of having, because again, turret placement was so limited in this game. You would often find yourself in a position where, well, I can put the mine layer down here, but it's only going to get half of the kittens.
Yeah.
Right. So there was issues there that I think limited the full application of the synergy.
Mm-hmm.
In addition, I was playing the campaign, so things were locked. Right. On mission 4, you only have access to 3 towers, and of those 3 towers, only 2 of them have an upgrade tree further than, the first sort of specialization.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting in that there were each turret, you could go 2 trees and then specialize further down those trees. So, for example, like the Gatling gun, you could either get twin Gatling guns, and the damage wouldn't really increase. The bullets would remain the same, but the fire rate would go drastically up.
Nice.
Or you could go into a heavy Gatling turret, and the fire rate doesn't change, but your damage goes up, and you can start penetrating armor and stuff. So that was an interesting choice. And with the lasers, it goes a rapid fire laser, which can be upgraded to almost instantaneous,
Yep.
A Gatling laser, if you will.
Yeah.
Or you could go down a beam laser, which would target an enemy and rapidly burn them, so it would drain their health.
Just a
out.
continuous laser burning a hole through their forehead.
That ignores armor, right?
Yeah, I like that.
So that's an interesting aspect, and I like the idea of it. I would have liked to have seen the execution a little bit better.
Yeah.
So gameplay, it was ambitious in weird spots, and it was completely boring in others. Because again, it didn't do anything new. Like, for example, roguelike or Rogue Tower, for example, and I'm sorry, I'm used to Rogue Tower.
Yeah.
You can change the map,
Yeah.
and that changes the pathing. This one, it's the same path every time. So, like Bloons.
Yeah, like set fixed level design.
Yeah, but unlike Bloons, you don't get to say, oh, I'll put the towers here, 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 and here. It's you have these 4 spots to put your towers down.
Okay.
That is it.
Yeah, that's boring.
So you kind of have to, there is a early element to be like, this would be a good thing, then but once you kind of get the idea, you're opening with the 2 Gatlings and a laser. That's it. So it got boring that way. So gameplay wasn't it was offensively boring, not offensively bad. So I'm gonna go and give it a 5.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, and I think like for me when I first played it, I bought it because I was like, oh, this could be fun, and
kittens.
And kittens. And I bought Exploding Kittens and Kittens in a Blender card games and played those. And, goofy. I don't think I have them, and I think I donated them. But
for goofy games, nothing will ever beat Munchkin for me.
I love Munchkin. Also donated my Munchkin game. I don't have enough friends that have the patience to learn how to play it. But yeah, so I bought it thinking like this looks fun, this looks cool. I liked the demo, like the videos that they showed looked really great. I was like, well, the graphics look cool, the explosions are cool. And then I bought it, and like the first level, no matter what I did, and maybe they've rebalanced the game. I don't know if it was an early access when I bought it, but the first level, I would set up my towers, and like you said, you have specific locations you're allowed to place them. No matter what I did, the kittens would always like win. And I was like, this really kind of sucks. So 9 minutes in, I was like, this game's not for me. And I think I also I felt that boredom 9 minutes in. And I was kind of like, I don't feel like I want to invest in this game my time. You know?
No, absolutely.
Yeah. So speaking of that, you mentioned it was a little boring.
Yeah.
What would you give it for fun?
4.
Yeah. That's too bad.
It's boring. And honestly, like, I would rather bad but interesting, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this game sucks, but oh man, is it funny?
Yeah.
Like, I would rather that. And this was just boring.
Yeah.
It didn't introduce anything new to the tower defense scene.
Yeah.
It didn't do anything exciting, like the upgrade trees and the elemental damage. That's been done a million times and done better.
Yeah, I think the only kind of gimmick in this game to sell it was kitties.
100%.
And I mean, that's fine. There's a lot of people like myself, and I maybe it was on sale. I don't remember what I paid for it.
No.
It's a $10 game.
It's a $10 game.
And so I was like, oh, well, you can't go wrong with a $10 game. But I feel like there's a lot of people that are going to look at a game like this that looks good on paper. The videos are good.
Like the 3D and the fact that they did it in a complete 3D engine with a free cam really gives them a lot of marketing power.
But the fixed levels really bothers me. The idea that every time you play through it, the levels are basically
exactly the same. So it's just
same.
It's literally just throwing your head up against it and eventually finding the optimal placement. And once you've done that,
yeah. So, are we tossing it in the fault, or
it's a fault? It's a fault line. There are better, more interesting tower defenses. Hell, I think there are better, more interesting tower defenses based on cats.
Probably.
So,
I feel like if I was to make a tower defense game with cats, instead of destructive towers, there would be like people at each station whose job is to make the cat happy, like petting them or feeding them a snack, or or like a litter box, so that if they get to your target, which is like a rug, if they're frustrated or upset by the time they get to the rug, they pee on it, and every time they pee on it, you lose hit points. That's how I would build a tower defense game for cats. Yeah, but that's the weird quirkiness that goes on in my brain.
Yeah, but it's interesting and unique to the tower defense game.
It is, and it would be unique, and it would have a play style like no other. It would probably be a $5 game, and people would probably say it's terrible because this is why I haven't made a tower defense game. I feel like making a tower defense game would be fairly straightforward, but I don't think I could do it justice, to be honest. There's so many tower defense games out there.
Well, and that's because they're kind of easy to do, if you will.
Yeah.
Anyway, you, on the other hand, got Rogue Tower, which I really enjoy.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to hear your opinion on it.
Well, I love tower defense games. You know this.
I do know this.
I greatly appreciate games that feel different each time you play through them. Roguelike is a frustrating thing for me because I've played a lot of roguelikes, and I find, like I said too, I like roguelites.
Yeah.
Where they're not super punishing. Roguelikes for me typically end up being like, I can't seem to crack the code. Like, we only played this for an hour. I felt the progression was really fair in that hour. There's one, I'm trying to like strategically choose, well, I want this tower, that tower, frost tower, ballista tower, mortar tower, all of these different area of effects, or, chill slows them down, fire burns them, the shredder gives them a bleed effect. The Tesla coil kind of electrocutes them. I like the variety of towers, but the best I did in the game was by just doing nothing more than spamming ballista towers and building as many as I can and then just upgrading them, not using any of the special area of effect towers. And I found that in the levels where I tried to use the area of effect towers, it either took too long for me to draw the card to get access to that tower, or when I finally did get access to the tower, they're very expensive. Like the frost tower is quite expensive. The mana bank is 500 gold, so it's very expensive as well. And I found that as soon as I put those down, my ballistas, because I wasn't building as many ballistas, because for one frost tower you could build like 3 or 4 ballistas, that I wasn't doing enough damage because the ballistas fire so slowly. I tried in the last playthrough to put down a mortar tower, which I found was very effective. It does an area of effect damage, it blows up, it brings down the health of all the guys trying to get to your castle. But when I put down a second mortar tower, I was kind of expecting to like get some bigger return on investment of that tower, and like it didn't seem to do anything for the kind of scalability of the mobs and how quickly they're kind of leveling up and how much more health they're obtaining through each expansion of the map. That it kind of offset adding another mortar tower. And at this point, I'm not making enough gold to really upgrade towers or get better towers. So I'm really struggling in my first hour trying to figure out where to invest my gold.
Oh, fair.
Like build a couple towers and then maybe save up some for a bigger tower. Or do I just dump all of my 1,000 gold into one tower and level it up? Well, it doesn't fire fast enough. So there's definitely a strategy that needs to be determined to kind of figure out how to best guard against these guys. And I think I got to the first boss level, which was like level, I don't know, 12, between level 12 and level 15. But I kept getting kind of stuck on level 12. No matter what strategy I deployed, I feel like getting the Frost Tower is cool, but then it uses 2 mana per second. So you need to get a Mana Siphon Tower to be able to increase your mana per second so that you can fuel your Frost Tower. But then if you want to put a second, because I was like, I'm going to put down a second Frost Tower. And I didn't really understand the mana system yet because I'm still learning. So I put down the second Frost Tower and I'm like, oh, I'm only making 1 mana per second. I don't even have enough to fuel more than 1 Frost Tower at a time. And most of the time that Frost Tower will run for a little bit. And then by the end of the round, it's kind of disabled. So you have this like interesting challenge of balancing resources, generating enough mana, and deciding which towers to invest your gold in. And if you're really lucky, some cards will come up that double the amount of gold or add more gold when you defeat each enemy. But none of those cards came out my last playthrough, and I find that's kind of how it goes for me with roguelikes that are card-based or drawing or luck-based. So I tend to just, like, I got the unlock that gives me 4 cards drawing, and I'm like, this is sweet. I get more selection. But then the 4 cards draw every like few levels that you play. I think every 5 levels you get a card draw or something like that. And as the cards are popping up, I'm like, oh, none of these cards are going to help me right now. I really want a new tower type, or I really want, I like the cards that add damage, like +1 damage to every one of your ballista towers. That's sweet. But, you can +1 damage to your ballista towers for 9 gold each. So you could actually do that to all your towers relatively inexpensively. But yeah, I really like the gameplay. I love the fact that, the map starts out as 1 square, and then every time you want to start a new round, you expand that square, and it kind of builds a path for the enemy to come through. And eventually that path might branch, which makes it harder for you because now you've got, say, 3 paths. You've got to keep expanding out all 3 paths to give yourself more time to do damage and give yourself more distance to add more towers. So I haven't figured it out. I haven't cracked the code. And I find with roguelikes, I think my problem is I always look at everything as a problem to be solved, where I'm like, well, I should, at the very beginning of the game, be able to formulate a strategy where I win. And I think that's the hardest thing for me with roguelikes is I expect that I'm smart, I can come up with a strategy, and that I can find a winning strategy round 1. But a roguelike is like, no, the actual game is designed for you to continually lose. Yeah. You're supposed to lose and lose and lose and lose and lose.
Yeah, and then with a roguelike, it's you're going for the one perfect run.
Yeah,
you keep failing until you get the one.
Yeah, and because it's luck of the draw, what cards are you gonna get?
Yeah.
It's like it's not your fault that you're losing, but also get good, son.
Get good, scrub.
So Rogue Tower. I mean, it's kind of fun. It's kind of cool. Graphics and art, super basic.
Yeah.
Super basic. And one of the things with any game, graphics don't typically matter in depending on the genre of game. Like a shooter, you want it to look like Call of Duty or Valorant or Apex Legends or Overwatch, right? You want it to look good. But something like a tower defense, it can look like whatever you want it to look like. Yeah. In I think Stacklands and a few of those other ones. Like the graphics,
simplistic.
The graphics don't have to look good. Now, that being said, the graphics are super basic. They're kind of like a voxel style, Minecraft style. Everything's blocky, bricky. Even the characters are blocky, bricky. And, as someone who's trying to come up with a way to save time developing a game, I can understand that the blocky, bricky is a very quick and easy way to pump out new enemies, new units, new types. So this is a very smart way to build a tower defense game, because they're like, well, look, we're not focusing on graphics here. We're focusing on function and form. And so we're going to focus.
I think they succeeded in that.
I think they did, because they created
I really like it.
You recommended it.
I did.
So they did this really cool thing where they focused on the progression system and the upgrade system, and you slowly gather XP over time. And I like that, but they didn't focus on the graphics. So graphics and art for Rogue Tower, I'm going to probably have to give it like a 5. They didn't really do anything with the graphics, and that's fine. I personally think what they did is acceptable for the genre. So I'm only giving it a 5 out of 10 because the graphics were kind of meh.
Yeah, I'm not mad
Right.
about that.
The effects and the status effects are really like circles that like move around the screen and things like that. It's not super exciting. It's not really graphically stimulating, but it does the job. Does what it needs to do. The music and audio. I really liked the music for the first half an hour, and then I kind of wanted to turn it off. I like the music. It's kind of fun. There's a lot of like, there's like some piano, and then there's like drums are like, right? It's fun. It's exciting music. It's a lot of fun. But because a game like this, you're going to play for like 10, 15, 20, 30 hours, it's going to get repetitive and tiring. So get your favorite playlist available. And after the first hour, maybe 2, you're probably going to want to switch to your playlist instead.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I like it. I like the music. I think it's fun. I love the drum beats and the drum rolls and the notes that they used. I think it's really cool. Whatever they did, whoever did the music on this, good job. I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
The audio is okay. There isn't really much audio. Little sounds here, like things firing, and it's not really super focused on the audio. But I thought it was all right. So the music is a banger. The audio is all right. 7 out of 10.
There you go.
Yeah, and it's good enough.
Good
Yeah,
enough.
it's fun. It's better than good enough. It's totally nice.
Hey, a 7 is great. Are you kidding?
Any game that's a 7 out of 10, I would play.
Yeah.
Yeah. So gameplay. I think gameplay is one of Rogue Tower's bigger strengths.
Yeah, we keep talking about adding a replayability score to our game.
I mean, roguelikes, the whole point of them is replayability,
Yep.
right? You just
That's
keep play again. And so the gameplay aspect here are really good. I mean, I talked about the progression system. I think that the strategy of each level changing each time, where it's basically like it's like a procedurally generated dungeon, right?
Yeah.
So like, except that you are, every time you hit expand, it kind of rolls the dice and picks a random piece that either has 1 path, 2 path, 3 path, and it kind of drops a block, and you kind of keep dropping blocks as you go.
Yeah.
And so it's like a progressive, procedurally generated dungeon,
Yeah.
which is fun. And I think that's a very cool gameplay mechanic, because every map is different. Every single time you play, you may have the opportunity to put down an area of effect tower or a frost tower, which does the benefit where they kind of, your path kind of splits into 2 paths and then back into 1. It's a great place to drop a tower with area of effect, right? So it kind of gets everybody around it. And so you never know what you're going to get. With my last playthrough, I got a straight path every time I hit expand, which was very different than all the other playthroughs because I kept getting branch offs. For this one, I had no branch offs for the longest time. And I thought that would be to my advantage, and I still lost on level 12 because, you know, learning the game and still unlocking cards, and you got to get more damage and yada, yada, yada. So I think it's pretty cool. I think it's I would say that the gameplay is just a little bit unforgiving.
Okay. What difficulty were you playing on?
Just standard.
Okay.
But I kept getting stuck at level 12, and the challenge wasn't strategy.
Yeah.
The challenge was I'm not getting enough gold fast enough. And there's different ways to earn gold, but you have to hope that you get certain tiles unlocking when you hit expand.
Which is, again, roguelike, right? And you're going for the perfect run.
Yeah, and that perfect run is a random happenstance.
Yeah.
And I just feel like there needs to be
a little more control on your side.
The first hour of gameplay, it would have been nice to progress at least past the first boss to experience the full entirety of a playthrough. Up to it, including a boss. And I got to the boss in one playthrough, I think my third one, but the boss destroyed me and took me out. Boss has a lot of health. And there's no rapid fire on the ballista. And you buy so many of these ballistas, only for there to be no rapid fire, that your ballistas kind of become useless after a while.
Yeah.
But I'm also not unlocking better towers. So I just unlocked the shredder. I think that's going to do me some good. You know, slice and dice, make julienne fries.
I love the shredder.
Yeah.
Because what the shredder will do is it'll launch blades and it'll go down the path and it'll actually split. Like if it's a split, 2 blades will split off. Like it's really quite handy.
Yeah. So I think for me, my next hour will be trying to unlock additional towers, trying to learn which towers are best and in what combination, so that I'm not just spending money on spamming ballista towers, which are the first basic tower you get.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for me, I just feel like the first hour could have been a little bit lighter. Not much lighter, 15-20%. Just enough to give me a little bit more sense of progression, a little more hope, only to take it away from me at the end. And that's the thing with roguelike. They like to give you hope, and then they take it away. And if you don't like that, you're not going to like this game. But I'm going to give this game a 9 out of 10 for gameplay. I think it's, as a tower defense, phenomenal tower defense game. Hopefully I can get a better draw on my next round, because that last round,
it's got its hooks in you now.
yeah. So fun, I feel like you have fun when you have hope. You're like, I'm doing so good. Last round, none of the guys got through to my tower, but so this time I'm going to do real good. And then all of a sudden, like 12 guys get through to your tower, and you lose. Now, how did I go from a perfect round?
What did I change
to everybody got through and I lost my tower? And so, it feels a 10 out of 10 fun. When you lose, kind of steals a bit of your fun, a little bit of your joy, but the whole point is you get to start another round.
That's true.
I think it's a 10 out of 10 fun game.
Really?
Yeah, and
damn.
Don't get me wrong, I want to give it I want to give it less. But that's more of a personal like vendetta that I have against difficult games. Like my favorite kinds of games are games where I can just kind of like casually play.
Yeah.
And when it gets hard, I kind of go, is this a week where work has been easy and I kind of want to play a hard game? And those days are few and far between for me.
No, absolutely.
Casual games are kind of a jam, but I would play this. I would play this till I get frustrated with it and put it away, and then play it again the next week.
Yeah.
So
I get it.
10 out of 10 for fun, leaving me with a general rating of 7.8. So that's actually really quite good.
That's quite high.
Compared to your 5.4 on Kittypocalypse.
Yeah.
So, I stamp of approval. I'm going to launch this thing out of the catapult and
it's going.
Hope it scatters and lands and everybody gets to experience it. I think it's a great game, really fun, rather inexpensive.
Yeah, what, 10? Something like that?
Right now it's $17.49, but there is, I was going to say, is there a group bundle? No, it's not multiplayer. So it does support family sharing, which is nice. So if you have people in your family group, you can share it with others and for free. But honestly, it's a catapult. I loved it. It was really quite good.
Yay!
And I would highly recommend Rogue Tower for even at the $17, $18 price point.
Yeah,
it's a good game.
Nice. Happy to hear it.
Yeah, bit of a grind.
But that's what a
roguelike is.
That's a roguelike, yeah.
That's what you're getting into.
That's what it says on the tin.
So Kittypocalypse, final words?
Meow.
Yeah, it's less meow and more meow.
Anywho's, thank you all very much for joining us as always.
Yeah.
Check out our Discord and our socials. We're always happy to interact and engage with you guys.
Yeah, our Discord link is available up on our Patreon, patreon.com/basementfaultsandcatapults.
And it's totally free to just log and check. And we're super stoked to see you guys, and we hope to see a lot of you at OtaFest.
Yeah, hopefully if you're at OtaFest and you love anime, which we always kind of are like, the lady that doth protest too much.
Yeah, we joke, but I have a Crunchyroll account.
Yeah, we're like, anime this and anime that. But yeah, we actually love anime. I've got a Crunchyroll account. Yeah. It's in my wife's name, so I can pretend that I don't. But
I don't have that. I can't do that.
But OtaFest is kind of a fun place to go if you're into anime and that kind of genre of things. And it's all kind of all age groups, lots of really interesting panels, including ours. So come check it out.
So check us out. We're the late show. So
yeah, they slotted us in on the amateur podcast slot, which is from 10:30 p.m. to 12 a.m.
Which is woof.
We're going till midnight, which might, you know what? That might open us up to 18A. We'll have to see.
We'll check it out.
I mean,
we'll gauge by the audience.
But I like being a PG-13 podcast. We'll stick to that.
We're pretty stoked about that.
All right.
Anywho's, join us next week for our Loading the Catapult.
Yes.
Where we talk about the games that are interesting to us. And I look forward to everything.
And the disappointment of all of the games that we thought were releasing this year and have been delayed.
We're like, nothing's happening. On that note, good luck.
Have fun.
Don't
die.
And that's our time, and the end of our episode.
But don't feel sad it's over. Be glad it happened. From the two of us in the basement, thanks for tuning in.
Join us next time.
And feel free to send us any feedback on our socials or send us a direct email at bfcpcontact@gmail.com.
And if you're really interested in what we're doing, join us on Patreon, where we will have loads of behind-the-scenes stuff and uncut takes as more episodes are released. Patreon.com/basements, faults, and catapults.
We're always excited to hear from you because we love engagement. We look forward to our next catapult launch and hope you can join us for the ensuing chaos.
Good luck.
See you next time. Good.
Excellent. Well, I had fun today. Thank you.
Until we meet again.